Hey, it's Topher right here on Geek Public Radio, and this is our final episode of 31 Days of Halloween right here on Geek Public Radio, where we are talking about what movies you should be watching to maximize your season. And of course, I break my own rules right off the bat, and that is I forgot to turn off my phone. With me, as always, is Crazy Chris.
What up, y'all? So, Topher, would you say that today is the final countdown? Sorry.
All right.
I'm being directed by the producer that I have to leave now.
Like, out.
Get out! I'm
right,
super excited for this, man, because we saved not quite the best for last, but the most fitting and most appropriate.
So we missed yesterday, and we apologize for that. It was really, really hectic. It's
like a lot.
Actually more hectic than him being at a convention and me not being there. So
yeah, bachelor party / heat goes out / house fire / crippled / loony bin / all kinds of nonsensey stuff like it.
Oh, well, fun time.
Oh, crazy. But we're here.
Speaking
you
of
have
heat,
to deal with us.
Speaking of heat, the my adventures with Angie's List. We actually have heat. He did.
He fixed it.
Yeah. Well, I still have somebody coming out on Tuesday to fix all of the stuff that he broke, because the furnace has been running nonstop. Like, even when it's already, like, I turn down the heat and it's whatever, it's still running. So there's that.
Yeah, that's not good.
But at least it's warm.
We're already roboting, bro. 2 minutes in, and I'm already getting your crackles.
All right. Well, you go ahead and cycle through. I will talk about what we have already talked about, and that is, leading up to this, we had on the 24th was Hatchet. On the 24th we had Hatchet and House of Wax. On the 25th we had The Mist in session 9. The 26th we had The Orphan and Devil. 27th we had Trick or Treat and Creep Show. 28th we had The Possession and the Unborn. For yesterday we had The Host, and the one with the most creepy thing when the kid literally looks like Jimmy Carr, and that is The Omen.
I was going to say,
he looks like The Omen.
Our 31-day countdown should literally be 31 days until Crazy Chris shaves his head again, because
you're going to do that just in time for it to get freezing.
I don't care. It's getting done tonight. I can't stand it.
I feel you, because I'm still. But
anyway, so
tonight, Hallows Eve, All Hallows Eve, we're going to stay with the classics. This is what. This is like the granddaddy of the monster horror movies and whatnot. We're going to be talking about Dracula. Back in the day when they didn't back in the day when they didn't dub anything, they literally kept all the sets, and when they were done shooting and go home, the Spanish the Spanish crew came in and shot an entire second movie, doing everything over again, but in
España.
So that was some like monster. No pun intended, but just on the scales of what they did back then for a film compared to what they can do now. You're literally in an entire green environment, and you're acting off of a tennis ball on a stick.
Right. It's great. Like, watching some of these flicks and like looking at the like the special features for some of these from Universal, especially the things that they used to do to these people for, and I actually had a conversation at the convention with a certain somebody. I'm not going to name drop because I feel like I don't like doing that, but I was having a
Well, he
conversation.
does that in private.
I do. But I was having a conversation with a particular individual who's worked on a lot of films, several films that include a lot of makeup. And we actually sat and discussed the Universal monster movies and how some modern movies kind of emulate that makeup scenario where back in the day they would spend 10, 12 hours in makeup alone just to act in a scene for 45 seconds of film.
Yep.
And this.
Makeup hasn't gotten any easier to apply. They have new stuff and new techniques, but it's still going to, if you're changing your face.
And the application process is easier because it doesn't quite require the same mechanics that it used to. But, some of the modern films that you see out there, they don't quite have that. Most of the time they can just slap some green balls on you and then CGI an entire face on you. It's incredible. But
or they'll just capture your face and you act, and then like with little dots on it, and then they will take a de-aged image, and that's how they can make
Carrie Fisher look 25, 30 years younger than she actually was when,
Or like when the one, it was her daughter. So they literally just put that face, Carrie Fisher's
over
face
her
on her.
Well, it's like when they did. It was Rogue. Pretty sure it was Rogue One with Grand Moff Tarkin, wasn't it?
Yeah,
And
that was literally just an entire CGI character. I mean, they had
insane.
They had an actual actor there to do this stuff, but
for the body, right?
Yeah,
that was incredible. And I mean, you looked at it and you're like,
well, for me, is if
Tarkin's ghost.
If you watch it and not, if you watch it in standard def, you can't tell.
No.
You watch it in high def, you get the uncanny valley thing a little bit, where it's like
that looks too real.
Off.
It looks too real.
Something is off. It doesn't quite look right.
Right.
but
so Dracula is one of those fantastic monster flicks that you can't go wrong with. And right before you go trick or treat, you take your kids to wherever you're going to take them. It's a movie that you can sit down and watch together, and it's not.
Yeah.
It's not over the top. It does a really good job of capturing the creepy without being gross.
In fact, the reason why I have such a love for those things is that I had a family member who made it a point that every Halloween we would sit down and go through the Universal Monsters catalog. Like every Halloween we would watch Dracula, Frankenstein, Wolfman, the Mummy, all of the stuff, and that was an every year thing that I carried through while my son was growing up, and every Halloween that we were together, we watched those. Since I've been married, every Halloween we watched the horror monster movies, and that made it a cool thing. That's a cool tradition. We almost know them by heart, like almost like verbatim, like we were sitting there in the thing. But
yeah, and the coolness is they're not very dialogue heavy.
No.
So it was all thematic, and the acting was the key. The story was the key, and it was told through the architecture. It was told through the expression. It was told through the scene as opposed to through dialogue, which I think that's something a lot of classic horror movies did very well, and a lot of modern movies do not, because they're very dialogue driven versus set driven. And I don't know if that's maybe why some of them lost a step. That's why I think Hereditary was such a great flick, because it kind of recaptured some of that, in my opinion.
You don't have to, once you watch through what we offered tonight, you can watch Bram Stoker's Dracula. That was a good one too, with Oldman.
Excuse me.
And then I mean, even Dracula Untold or whatever is not a
Yeah.
bad movie.
No. If you want to laugh, if you want a good laugh, then the Dracula movie you should watch is Dracula 3000.
Transylvania 65000.
Right. No, Dracula 3000. With it was the like a modern take. It had I think it was Mekhi Phifer was in it.
Is that the one with Sherlock from Element?
Yeah, I believe he was in it. So
Johnny from
the reason
Hackers.
you'd want to watch it and laugh is this was Gerard Butler, one of his first films, and he is Dracula, and he is skinny. There's no muscle tone to that. I mean, he's still defined, but he's pale as a ghost, skinny as all get out. And if you don't know it's him, that you would never think, like, you'd never go, oh, that's Gerard Butler. But it absolutely is. Gerard Butler plays Dracula, Dracula 3000, and it is hilarious to look at. It is. It'll blow your mind when you see it, and you'll take your shirt off, and you're like, where is Leonidas' painted abs?
But yeah, Johnny Lee Miller.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I like he's aged. He's still like no, I mean he's still a good-looking guy or whatever. But it's just you look at him from like Hackers.
Yeah.
And Dracula 3000 or it's Dracula 2000.
Oh, was it 2000? I thought it was Dracula 3000. Okay.
Dracula 3000, I think, had was like one of the 37 spinoffs that followed down a whole nother line where.
So apologies, y'all. Dracula 2000. I'm sorry.
But yeah, so but you look at him in those movies, and then you look at him in Elementary. It's like, oh wow, he grew up
a little bit. So for tonight we have Dracula, and what's our second movie?
The second movie is sticking with the the classic monsters is Frankenstein. You can't go wrong with Dracula and Frankenstein.
Nope.
And again, the same thing goes with Frankenstein in the fact that you can watch the old stuff, but you can go back and watch Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. You can watch,
which is really good, by the way.
Yeah, you can go through and watch all of the Hammer movies. This is the same with the Dracula. So if you can watch all the Hammer Draculas, you can watch all the Hammer Frankenstein. Yep. You can watch all like the Bride of Frankenstein and Frankenstein.
You want all the monster movies at one time? You can watch Monster Squad.
Yeah, Wolfman's got nards.
Wolfman's got nards. Are you a virgin? Well, Steve, but he doesn't count. Beautiful.
But yeah, so those are the things. We do have some, so that's tonight in a nutshell. Oh, I'm in a nutshell. Tomorrow.
Speaking of fired.
So tomorrow night for Halloween, we have the list of like what you should watch, and I'm adding to it. So you have the original Halloween. It's your Halloween. So we have the original 1978 Halloween.
Duh. Did you guys really not see that coming? We've left it off the list all the way up to this moment. What did you think it was going to be? Halloween 78, John Carpenter absolutely delivers a beautiful cinematic masterpiece, and I will stand by that.
Yep.
I love Halloween.
And to go along with that, because the way they did it goes back and gets rid of all of the other stuff that came before it, almost all of the stuff. Halloween 2018.
Yep. Immediately.
Because Halloween 78 and then the 2018 one literally picks up right after that and moves through the night, almost negating all of the sequels afterwards.
Kind of pretty much just does.
Yeah.
Which including really Resurrection, cool which also had Jamie Lee Curtis, which is weird.
Yeah.
Or H2O, rather.
Yeah. But with this, like we watched some of the stuff. Um, the the way they matched in with the old stuff and like reshot the old stuff to make it look like it was the old stuff was really cool. And I'm adding the newest one, Halloween Kills.
Yeah. If you're gonna watch them,
Evil Dies Tonight. That
that's right.
the freaking cash. Literally, whoever thought that log line or that tagline up for this movie was a genius because that's just so catchy.
It is, and I like it. And for that was the coolest thing. And if anybody has any lore about the Halloween franchise, one of the key things about Michael Myers is that he is supposed to be the embodiment of evil. He is evil incarnate. And the reason that he lives, no matter what, you can't kill evil. So he just
And that's what's funny is they talk about it because they have characters who are playing characters who were kids in the original, and now they're playing the adults. And you have people like, and it's basically the entire. If you watch a promo for it, the entire town of Haddonfield has finally said we're done with it, and you get to watch a hunter and hunters collide. So while I think the first body count in '78 was like 3 people.
yeah, it went a lot.
Yeah, and
What
they
was it?
slowly ratcheted
78
it up
was what?
every movie.
The babysitter, the old lady, uh, and I think the brother, somebody's brother of the old dude, whoever it was, they killed him in a chair. And I think that's it. Besides, like a random like police officer or something like that. I think he got like a random cop or something, or a random fireman, or it was something.
Well, there's about the cop or whatever that you got to see that they actually go back and talk about like what happened with it and show that because it ties into a character that you're seeing in this one.
Nice.
And so you get to see that whole thing and why he cares so much between like with 2018 and this one.
Nice.
It's pretty cool. I
right.
loved it. I thought it was a great movie.
So there we go, guys. That is your Halloween countdown. And now,
and you know what I'm going to do as soon as Halloween's over at midnight. We have another ritual. It used to be, it's all of the black and white monster movies and all that stuff for us to breach us over into November. Now that everything's all done, we watch Abbott and Costello meet the Wolfman or meet Frankenstein or whatever that one is.
Which is it's a great little transitional. I will throw in my one bonus movie. It was lacking from the list, and we don't want to toot our own horns, but Black Book. You guys got to check out Black Book, right? And you can go to blackbookmovie.com and get yourself a copy of the award-winning film. I can now say that. It is at blackbookmovie.com. You guys can find it there. You can also find it on Amazon Prime, baby. And if you have any questions or want to reach out to us, you can find us at rutledgeproductions.com as well.
Speaking of Rutledge Productions, before we go too far, the special sneak peek nobody outside of the company knows yet. You guys are going to see something that has not been released. It has not been whatever. This is 100% new information.
Bam! Check it out.
This is a template for the cover. Things are still in works, but this is some of the artwork that will be available. It is the Black Book comic book. Kickstarter will go live as soon as we can get some more of the artwork back from the artists. We are looking to raise $10K. That covers shipping, printing, the artwork, because you're looking at like $200 per page, and we're looking at 4 books.
It's a lot.
Yeah,
The
it's not work.
The long and short of it is, it's a lot of work. It is a lot of money, and we want to make sure that we pay these artists what they're worth. These people who do these types of things. It is very difficult work, and it
we are
is
bringing
expensive.
an international crew together to tell international stories.
Yep. So it will not be restricted to just the United States. It will take place in several different locations, and we are extremely excited about that. So there you go, guys. That was your first taste to look at the artwork for the Black Book comic, which will be coming to you from GP Comics and Rutledge Productions. So we are,
and I'm sure we will be talking about it again on some of the other shows, especially when we get more artwork in and the Kickstarter is launched, and we will bring it up again. And
so
pimp our Kickstarter.
That's been your. Oh, sorry, I got to do my pluggy plug for Days and Nights. For all of your gaming needs, you guys can take a look right down below at daysandnightsbooks.com. And a special thanks to them for sponsoring the show. You guys have been absolutely phenomenal with us, and we do very much appreciate it. If you've got books, gaming, dice, accessories, characters, miniatures, or if you just want a dice tray, maybe a little roller, anything like that, you can find it right there at daysandnightsbooks.com. The website is below DAYZN Nights, KNIGHTS books.com. Check them out. And as an added bonus, if you are a member of geekpublicradio.com, you get an extra 5% off of your order. That is not just one order, you get 5% off your order. If it's this order, if it's that order, you get 5% off. So consider becoming a member, geekpublicradio.com. Every single dime that you give us helps us to bring you these cool promotions, helps us to bring you film, helps us to bring books. Speaking of which, we have some other stuff coming down the pipeline. Guys, all of the help is greatly appreciated. We love you guys, and special thanks to our already members. You guys are fantastic. There's so much more coming down the pipeline, and we could not do it without you. So special thanks to Rutledge, Days and Nights Books for supporting and sponsoring our shows. We greatly appreciate it, guys. And there is still room for more sponsorship. We will be happy to promote your stuff. We do have a couple of things, not on this show. I'm not going to go over it because this is just the countdown show. But coming up soon, we will be having some ad swapping with a couple of other podcasts that we were able to link up with over the last two conventions. So very excited about that as well. And I'll be happy to tell you guys more about that on one of the GP shows or Sunday Night Madness or whatever it's going to be. We will tell you guys all about it. So there you go, guys. 31 days of Halloween. Hopefully you enjoyed the countdown. We enjoyed bringing it to you. Hopefully you guys watched along with us. I'm going to hop off of here. I'm going to watch my monster movies. And then I'm probably going to get an early start, maybe watch Hellraiser or something like that. But I have been crazy, Chris.
I am Topher, and we have had a great time. We will see you in turkey season. So,
gobble, gobble.
Peace.